I'm on top of a parking garage right now because, I kind of just want to just talk to you guys right now about growing your own YouTube channel. Now, I have a couple of talking points that I put on my phone, and we're just going to go through all of them. And hopefully after this video, you have a good idea and the confidence to start your own channel. And just for starters, I have like 4 YouTube channels and they're all successful. And I made quite a bit of money off of YouTube. You guys probably know me from my other YouTube channel, actually. So, you know what I mean? That should be more than enough credentials. And there's just something about YouTube. I just want to spark up a new channel and just do something new. So hopefully there's others out there like me. Yeah, let's go through it. So the first thing you're gonna need when you're making a channel is your channel aesthetic. Now for this new channel that I made, my aesthetic is more like simple, the editing is simple. Everything is more simple. I don't even have a cover banner, you know what I mean? So it depends on what the vibe you're going for. For instance, the vibe I'm going for in this channel, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to be more humane, connect with people as if I'm just talking to them, you know what I mean? No character, this is just me, my raw unedited journal on YouTube, pretty much. So after you got your aesthetic down and you're like, okay, I want to make my channel look like this, you know what I mean? Whether you want to put exclamation marks in all your titles, whether you want to be a gamer, you know what I mean? Want to be super gamey, whether you want to be like a computer scientist or a sciencey channel, a vlog channel, it doesn't matter. You have your aesthetics down, you got your channel name, you're like, okay, I have to make my first video. Let's say you have a hobby in gaming, or you have a hobby in crafts and arts. You're going to make your first video around something that you're good at, and your first idea has to be something that's easy to do, that everyone can do, but also it takes a brain to think of it. You know what I mean? It has to be definitely something unique. But also, don't be afraid to copy like a bigger YouTuber's idea and put a little twist on it, because that's what a lot of people do. I do it a lot, you know what I mean? You get inspired by certain things. It's not technically copying. So don't be afraid to use inspiration from things around you, because most often than not, if an idea is working on YouTube already, if you make a video with it, it's going to work again. So make sure to look on YouTube, scroll through your feed, see if an idea just sticks with you, you know what I mean? Something you see yourself doing in the long run or is around your niche, and just try it out. I mean, what's stopping you, you know what I mean? That's why you're here at this video. So once you looked around and got your inspiration, now you want to make your title. In my creative process and in my videos that do the best, when I make my title before I even start the videos always do very, very good. So before you even start your video, start making it, you have to think of your title first. So let's say you're a programmer and then you see like some video on your feed, like programming a game in 24 hours. So you take this idea and you put a twist on it, like, I'm gonna program this game, but I'm gonna do it blindfolded. So boom, think of your title. Your title is gonna be, I programmed this game in 24 hours, but I'm blindfolded. That "but I'm blindfolded" will put you on the algorithm and boost you way more off an already existing really good idea. So then you're gonna get your name out there and have a unique video out there that's attached to this other video, but it's you. Always give credits too. If you take inspiration, give credits, you know what I mean, to the original person. So this next part is optional, but once you got your title, next you have to make your script. Now you don't exactly have to write a whole entire, word for word what you're gonna say. Your script could be simply like what I'm doing on my notes app. I just put down bullet points that I want to go through in this video, or your script, or you don't have to script at all, you know what I mean? And that's what I end up doing for most of my videos. Like, I've had a channel where I've scripted like a ton, every single word, and I've had a channel where I don't script at all. So it generally depends on what niche you're in. For example, if you want to be a video essay channel and you want to talk about all the news and things that's going on in the world, you might want to script and be careful with your words, and like, you know what I mean? Scripting might be beneficial in that scenario. But let's say you're just making like a gaming channel, there's no way you're gonna like script everything, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to just go with the flow on most things. Now next is to actually make your video. Get into the recording process, pick up the camera, set up OBS on your laptop. Now I'm gonna go through the top 3 things that you might need depending on which niche you're going into. So if you're like more into vlogging, you want to be in front of the camera, the setup that you want is like a Sony EV10 Mark II, the Digimic 2, you know what I mean? Like the wireless mic I'm using, that's my setup. And if you're like trying to be like more like a desktop on your computer type person, making content, or like a video essay person, then you're gonna need like a good standalone mic and a good PC setup. Definitely start now, okay? You don't need fancy equipment like I mentioned earlier. That's only after you started and you save up and you get that. start with your phone. This right here in your hand can do everything. It can edit your videos, you can script, you can make the videos. Start right now, okay? So when you're making your video, don't stop at the idea phase. Make the video, okay? That's very important because guess what? 70% of people who want to make a YouTube channel, they stop at the idea. And that's when you fail. When you stop, you fail. So keep going and make your video with confidence. Don't be making your video like, oh, this video is gonna suck. My idea sucks. Because guess what? You don't know until you post it. You will never know, actually. The only way you can know if your video sucks is if you can see into the future, and I haven't met a single person that can. Speaking from experience, sometimes when I think an idea sucks, it turns out to be the best video I ever created, and it does the best. So, you know what I mean? Test your luck. Post a video, make it. Make the video, record it any way you can. Record it now. It doesn't matter about what you record it with. It matters if you're recording with confidence, okay? Now, the next part is editing your video. And this, you know what I mean? This is the part where people think is like the worst, you know what I mean? And I'm just gonna tell you now, it depends on your editing style that you want to go for. Now, if you know you want to make some high production videos, you're obviously gonna have to, watch some YouTube tutorials on how to edit in DaVinci Resolve, edit in Premiere Pro, Sony Vegas, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to get into that world. But if you're just like want a simple setup, you're on your phone or something, or you're just recording on OBS and you just want a simple, you know what I mean? You're the content rather than what you're doing is the content. And you don't need that much editing expertise. You know what I mean? Definitely watch some tutorials on how to basically use your editing software, but you don't have to over edit because that's actually how you kill your video. Over editing is terrible. Do not over edit. Edit only as much as needed, okay? So like, for a vlog, you don't need to do crazy memes every single second or like sound effects. It depends on the audience you're trying to hit. If you're trying to get a kid audience, you might need flashing memes and 6 7s every single where you go. But if you're just playing games and you're like, you know what I mean, having like fun with your friends, you don't need that much except for like, simple zoom ins, memes here and there. It depends on what you're going for. The best software to use in editing for beginners, in my opinion, is CapCut. Utilize CapCut. It's free and it literally can do whatever the big softwares can do. What I use personally is Adobe Premiere Pro, but that's because I grew from CapCut, I went to Filmora, and then I went to Adobe Premiere Pro. If you're more into high production editing and you know you're gonna be like doing some crazy visuals and things like that, and you just want your things to look like a movie, you're gonna either need Premiere Pro mixed with After Effects, or you're gonna need like Sony Vegas or DaVinci Resolve, which is very hard to get into. If you wanna become an animator, get into software like Blender and Clip Studio Art, you know what I mean? And mix those together, Photoshop as well, which actually, that's the next thing we have to talk about. So after you're done editing your video efficiently, don't over edit, remember, you're gonna wanna make your thumbnail. And now, your thumbnail is the first thing most people see on your video, so you want your thumbnail to be good, okay? Do not make your thumbnail in like 10 minutes, actually try on your thumbnail because these are the things that actually matter when it comes to someone staying and watching a video. They're gonna see a good thumbnail, they're gonna be like, okay, this is a good creator. A good thumbnail doesn't mean, a bunch of effects and everything everywhere. A good thumbnail can be something simple, but it allows you to understand what the video is going to be about. So let's say you're making a video about how to make money online. In your thumbnail, you don't need to put the words make money online. That's for your title, okay? Sometimes all it takes is the internet logo and then boom, a bunch of money just spread everywhere. So also you can utilize AI to make your thumbnail. I wouldn't recommend it all too much because it's gonna take away your creative freedom and your AI might make something that you don't necessarily want. So just make it yourself. Use software like Photoshop, or literally there's free online versions of Photoshop, literally exactly like Photoshop, that you can search up on Google, like Photoshop online for free. There's like a ton of Photoshop clones, okay? So resources are unlimited for thumbnails. You can use Canva, you know what I mean? I've seen some people just screenshot from their video editor. Sometimes I do that. Either way, you want your thumbnail to be expressive of what your video is gonna be about. Don't overdo it and overstimulate the user before they even click on your video. You're just gonna kill your video before you even start. So next thing, and is very important, and a lot of people overlook when creating a new channel, is your description. Now your description, you want to describe what your video is about and maybe make the description funny, but overall, make your description a description of your video. You know what I mean? You don't have to spoil the video per se. If you're making a video about making money online, in your description you would put today's video is about making money online and we're about to show you how to do it in 3 easy steps. You know what I mean? Your description should be basically enticing the viewer. The reason the description is so important though is not because you want the reader to read it, which is weird, I know. It's actually for the YouTube algorithm to know what your video is about so it could push it to the right people, if you get what I'm saying. Because without the YouTube algorithm, your video would just be on your channel. No one's gonna click it unless you're already famous. Make sure to describe your video though. That's the main important part because it will push your video out more when you have a nice description. Now your tags. Your tags on your video is not as important as you may think. It's only for like if people misspell your title. People think that tags do the job that your description does, but that's not the case. And here we're at the final step where you publish your video. Guess what, guys? Not every video is gonna be like Mr. Beast level of views and 100 million views on your first video. That's not how it works. Especially if your channel is starting from 0, you have 0 subs. You post your first video on an idea, go on to the next. Don't re-upload it if it does bad. Go on to the next idea and try to improve, do more studying. Scroll on your feed, see what ideas are working for other YouTubers in your niche, in your topic. Because if you stop at your first video, guess what? Your YouTube channel already failed. Now, if your first video does very well and you listen to everything I said in this video, then kudos to you because you are the GOAT. Don't think that every video on your channel is gonna do well from now on. You still have to keep it consistent, but the general rule of thumb is like, weekly or, every 2 days, 3 days. Especially if you wanna make YouTube your primary source of income, you will have to be consistent. And the YouTube algorithm will reward you for being consistent, especially if your videos are quality and is actually providing people with information and something to better their lives, whether it be health, to get more money, save time, Everyone is searching for things like that. So if your video does that and you're consistent with uploading, the YouTube algorithm will reward you. And I'll help you guys in the comments, anyone who needs help with anything. The video's done pretty much. Hope you guys liked it.